I will honestly tell you that I have no business talking about the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match between Rich Swann and Neville. I will come on here and tell you that every night at my work, I freaking explode with glee singing all night long at the grocery store when it comes on the overhead radio. My favorite is when it comes on and I'm in the bathroom taking a leak, and I just explode. I just start singing it as loud as I can, and I don't care. Rich Swann, wrestling for PWG, down there in Reseda, will always be one of my biggest wrestling regrets that I've never been able to see a show. My good buddy Josh honestly sent me a tweet today asking me if he wanted, if he could buy me a ticket to PWG's next show, because he wants me to go that bad. And he knows that I talk about it all the fucking time. I think he watched my Bullet Club Cody Rhodes unboxing. I guess I should link that down in the bottom in case anybody missed it. But he knows I'm a big Cody Rhodes fan, and Cody's going to be wrestling on the next PWG show. But, as much as I love Rich Swann, I just don't love the fact that 205 Live is a wrestling show that I've paid no attention to. I've seen some funny shit out of it. I saw the duel between Daivari and Gallagher. I've seen a match here or there, but for the most part, to me, honestly, when I saw the guys wrestling the Cruiserweight style on Monday Night Raw, it didn't really jump at me that was anything different than what the normal guys were doing on Raw and SmackDown. A lot of the guys on 205 Live seem to be the same size as a lot of the other guys that are wrestling on Raw and SmackDown. To me, honestly, it's almost like they made a second developmental. There's NXT, there's 205 Live, and that builds up the guys going to Raw or SmackDown. I know that the 205 guys are already on Raw, which doesn't make any sense. But to me, honestly, everybody was screaming, why aren't they putting Neville in these matches? Why aren't they putting Neville in these matches? They've already they've already built Neville up. I know that he's coming back off of the injury, and it was almost like creative didn't have anything for him, so he was just sitting on the sideline. So, yeah, put him in the little guy matches. But, we've already seen Neville beat Wade Barrett. We've already seen him beat, I think Neville beat Sheamus in a big match. He's the guy that's won big matches against big guys. It's almost like when Rey Mysterio beat Kevin Nash. And they never really elevated him up the card. He never really started fighting heavyweights, even though he was a badass. It took him going to WWE, and then everything that happened with Eddie Guerrero for Rey to win the World Heavyweight Championship, which then sort of put him in an upper echelon to where he was able to have matches against guys like The Undertaker and Kurt Angle and Randy Orton, and they were able to show off how fucking badass he was. I know that if they don't have 205 Live, they don't have a spot for all of these wrestlers, and so it's a show. It makes the network seem more valuable because of the fact that they have NXT, they have 205 Live. Those are must-see shows, like Talkin' Smack, that you have to have the network to do it. So people pay the $10 and they feel like they're getting, first-run television. That's worth it. But I haven't tuned in. In this match, I'd be very surprised if Neville didn't beat Rich Swann. I can really see him moving into the role of being the deviant heel on top of this division. They've already made stars out of Cedric Alexander, out of TJ Perkins, definitely Gallagher, as well as Daivari getting so much time. You could tell that the guy on Monday Night Raw, I believe his last name was Ali, was the first time I saw that guy. That backwards 360 moonsault deal is going to be a big deal. It reminded me a lot of Evan Bourne on WWE Monday Night Raw in 2009, 2010, before he moved to ECW and just got buried and we never saw him again. No, wait a minute. Evan Bourne came from ECW and then he moved to Raw. Then he got injured. And then he got, that injuries took down Evan Bourne. It wasn't getting moved to ECW. But it is what it is. They made that commercial, Evan Bourne being the ECW, World Heavyweight Champion. So you could tell that honestly was in the works at some point. Why they released it, I don't know. But in this match, I'm going to be picking Neville to beat Rich Swann, even though I'll be singing all night long when Rich Swann comes down to the ring. I know that it would cost money, but it's a missed opportunity. Lots of guys out there, but just isn't a show that I watch.